I went from spending hours creating courses for little to no results to growing 3 Udemy brands from 0 to multiple 5 figures in just a few months. And here's every single thing I've learned about getting sales on Udemy. There's 2 types of sales on Udemy, organic and on-demand. For organic sales, I've talked a lot about it on the channel already, but here's a brief outline. First, you want to familiarize yourself with Udemy's marketplace insights. Finding the right topic here can basically guarantee that you rank well on Udemy and thus get organic sales. This is everything I look for, and if a topic has all of these, it's an A++ topic. Percentile above 70th. Number of courses under 30. Course length of bestsellers is doable, ideally under 4 hours. Keywords match the topic. Conversion is below 5%. Search traffic is above 50%. Alright, so go spend some time on Marketplace Insights and then come back. Or if you don't want to do that, I have a free guide with 100 topics in the description. The next thing to do to optimize your course for organic sales is having a killer promo. That doesn't mean that you need fancy video production or editing, it just means that you need to know what to say. Here's the template I follow. But the bottom line is that you want to treat it as a piece of social media content. You want the hook to hold attention and you want the entire piece to be engaging. And make sure to emphasize and re-emphasize the transformation that people will get by learning the skill that you teach in the course. That's really what will get people over the edge to click buy, not selling the features, but selling the actual benefits, the transformation. With these 2 things, you're basically setting yourself up for some organic success on Udemy. And since you're going to be applying these strategies to every course you release, you're going to start to accumulate an audience right there on Udemy. And that means that we can start creating the systems for the second type of sale on Udemy, the ones coming from our audience. There's a few strategies that we can use to get more sales from our existing students. These are bonus lessons, course messages, course bundling, and the announcement feature. Because they're so nice and thoughtful, Udemy allows us instructors to add a bonus lesson to every course. This is a lesson where we can explicitly promote our other courses, something we can't usually do. And here's how I approach this bonus lesson. I title it Bonus Lesson, a gift for purchasing the course. Then I add a text lecture and I keep it super simple. It reads like this. We want to give you a little gift for purchasing this course. Here's a link to a document with coupons for all our other courses. Huge discounts, 95% off. Enjoy. And the text includes a link to a Google Doc where all my other courses are linked with a coupon. So this is great because it takes just a few minutes every month to update the coupons, and then you can cross-promote students from one course to another. Also, since they're buying from your coupons, you get 100% of the money from every sale. The next strategy is the course messages. Udemy allows us to send students a message to the platform when they first enroll in the course and when they conclude the course. What I like to do is to use this feature to push the bonus lecture even further. So my welcome message reads something like this. Thank you for joining our course title. Make sure to leave a review if you find value in the course, and please reach out with any questions. We're invested in your success. P.S. Make sure to check out the last lesson of the course for an extra. And with this charming message, we achieve 2 things. We nudge students to leave a review, which boosts our social proof and sales. And we tease the bonus lesson so more people see it, click on it, and go to the doc and buy more of our other courses. The congratulations message is very similar to the first one. Congratulations on finishing our course title. We hope you found it valuable. We'd love to hear your feedback, so please take a moment to leave a review. If you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. We're invested in your success. P.S. If you haven't already, check out the last lesson of the course for an extra. Great, so that's the bonus lesson and the course messages. By the way, if you want more strategies like this to grow your Udemy account, book a free call with me in the description. The next feature we can use is actually fresh out of the oven. It was just released on Udemy and it's called course bundles. Until a few weeks ago of me recording this, Udemy would show students random course bundles when they landed on your page. Sometimes it made sense for those courses to be sold together, but quite often it didn't. However, now Udemy lets us create our own bundles, which is another way to upsell and cross-promote students to increase our sales. Now, I haven't been testing this forever like other strategies I show you, but I think it's pretty intuitive. If you think of the psychology of Udemy students, it's people wanting to get a good deal and buy high-quality, discounted courses. So you want to create the bundles to give a sense of a premium, curated experience. That means, of course, selecting courses that pair well with each other, but also adding a title and a description to give the sense that these were thought to go together. For availability of the bundle, for now, I'm just leaving them open forever, but it might be interesting to test giving them expiration dates and then updating them and such. Anyways, the last strategy is by far the most effective, and that is, of course, announcements. With the announcements feature, Udemy basically gives you access to communicate with every single student that has ever enrolled in one of your courses. So your student base is also, in a way, your email list. That's awesome. And here's how I use this. If I'm releasing only one course that month, I use a version of the Product Launch Formula by Jeff Walker. Since we get 3 educational announcements and 2 promotional ones, it looks something like this. On Monday, you send an educational announcement with a link to a free lesson from your upcoming course. In the copy of the email and even the video itself, you start to tease your next course. On Wednesday, you repeat the process with one more lesson. Make sure to give away some of your best lessons, stuff that students will find incredibly valuable. And on Friday, one last lesson. In this last email, you'll tease the launch of your course the most. On Saturday, you'll send your first promotional announcement with infinite CTAs to buy your course. And you'll make sure to emphasize the offer expires soon. 24 hours before the coupon expires, you send out your last promotional announcement. Keep that one short, make sure to tell them it's about to expire, and have calls to action for them to buy the course. Boom, there you have a foolproof launch schedule. Once you have a decent amount of students, using this sort of strategy becomes invaluable for your Udemy brand. That's because when you release a new course, you need some initial sales in order to prove to Udemy that they should be showing your course to other students because your course is selling and making them money. Here are a few other things about announcements. Before you even start sending out lessons from your new course, a week or 2 before releasing your next course, you can send out an educational announcement with a poll. You can make it with Google Forms, for instance. There, you can invite students to let you know which course they'd like to see from you next, and also leave any comments for you to see. This way, you're again teasing your next course launch, but you're also creating super fans who are really engaged with your brand and they feel like they're part of the process. Now, I mentioned that you can use the PLF method I showed you if you're only releasing one course that month. But if you're releasing more than that, here's what you can do. Since you're going to end up running out of announcements, you can create another Udemy account that is a school, and you can co-instruct every single course with that account. So if you're Matt Connors, for example, and you teach marketing, you can create the Marketing Academy. That way you'll get 3 educational announcements and 2 promotional announcements per account. So you can promote more courses every month. This is exactly what some of the top instructors do. For example, Phil Ebener, he has over 3 million students and has every course under Phil Ebener and Video School. So there you have quite a few tips to get more sales on your Udemy courses. If you'd like me to take you by the hand to grow your Udemy brand, book a free call with me in the description.